Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Happy New Year!
Oh,
And welcome in to this week's episode of the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Coble. Back with me again this week is my guy, Max Faulkner. Max, how's it going, man? How was your break?
it was great, man. Thanks for asking. Yeah, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to everybody. Merry Christmas. Actually, we said Merry Christmas. Okay, so it's not like we didn't say that. I'm glad to be back. You know, way to hold down the pod last week. I went home to see the family, and it was great. You know, good time once again, spending time with your family during the holidays. There's nothing like it. Okay, lots of good eating, lots of good drinking, watching football, watching basketball. Everything's on during that time, man. And hey, Christmas tree is still up and running.
Still
All
up.
right. It's still drinking water. And it's hard for me to toss it out. Like, come on, look, it's alive. Why am I gonna
Oh,
toss out this tree right now? It's
hell yeah.
alive.
I'm with you. Ours is still up in the living room. It's fake. It's fake. We got a fake one.
Oh my goodness.
Ours is still up. We weren't planning on getting one, and then the family said they were coming up, so then we had to get one. So got a fake one, but yeah, it's still up. Leave it on 24/7. The lights. Leave it on 24/7.
24/7.
All night long. All night long.
I like it.
But
Don't
yeah,
you won't stub your toe in the kitchen when you're waking
no.
up at night. No way.
If I got a hankering, got to go get some ice cream or something middle of the night. Nah,
Oh wow, midnight snack.
I've never
done
that. I've never done
Yeah,
that.
I have some clients that have a midnight snack problem, and I've been teaching them, hey, come on now. You got to stop after 8 o'clock, everybody, by the way. That's the rule. You got to stop before 8 o'clock. Your body goes to rest. It doesn't digest things well. So if you're eating things past 8 o'clock, it just sits there. The way to remember this, okay, is like gremlins. We all seen the movie Gremlins, right? Okay. Don't feed them after midnight. All right. Don't feed yourself after 8 o'clock. All right.
That's a good tip. That's a good tip for the people that don't tell Mama Sports Podcast.
Yeah.
But like you said, you were out last week. Our guy Sam, Queef Sam, the double scooped, he came on and filled in. And damn it, for those that were wondering, Sam, he prevailed. He won our championship. He made league history, going from worst to first. $1,000 for first place. Not in the pot, but $1,000 for first place.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, he's a rich man now. And damn it, congratulations to him. But Max, after that pod, you know, we come into this week and we hit a big milestone on YouTube. We hit 100,000 views, 100,000
Wow.
views on YouTube.
Unbelievable.
And then the next day, we hit another milestone, 250 subscribers on
Woo!
YouTube. Just want to say thank you. Thank you. Heck yeah. Appreciate the support.
Yes. No, you're right, Cobreezy. Thank you, everybody, for, yes, all the support, the subscriptions, the comments, the likes. Oh, my goodness, Cobreezy, the comments that we were getting. We're getting so much traction right now, so many different conversations, some definitely ridiculous comments, but, you know, that's just how it's going to be, especially when you're a sports podcast, when we got all different kinds of opinions, and we respect anyone's opinion, whatever you got to say. Come on, bring it on. I love it. I love this talk. Okay, we're shit talking a little bit. Hey, sports, it comes with the territory. It comes with sports, right?
Definitely.
But thank you, everybody, for coming out to the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast tonight. And hey, let's keep it going. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We're located on, obviously, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find us on all those fun platforms. But I will say, congratulations to Sam. From double queef of the year to champion. Man, good for him. And yeah, no, that's an amazing accomplishment in our. Is this our 10th season, Cobreezy?
10th season, man.
In our 10th year.
This week on the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast, we're going to be finishing up with some NFL talk. We're going to bring you our last extra juicy dog segment of the season. We're going to talk a little bit about playoff scenarios and implications for this week 18. We got some college basketball in the middle. We're going to bring back college basketball for those people that missed it last week. But we got to start with the college football playoff, Max. Now, recency bias for sure, but this might have been one of the best college football playoffs I've seen with those two games. Both games came down to the last play. The last play decided both games. Now, you're going to have to look that up if that's ever happened in the playoff, because I'm not sure it has.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the Rose Bowl first. The number 1 seed Michigan Wolverines, they beat the 4 seed Alabama 27-20 in overtime. Michigan came out super nervous in this one. The jitters were obvious. First play of the game, they had a pick. It was overturned. But J.J. McCarthy threw it right to the guy. 2 muff punts, a missed snap on a PAT, late hits, running into the kicker that wasn't called. The special teams were awful all night. The attention to detail wasn't present in that first quarter. Wasn't present. But that Michigan D, that defensive line, they had Bama fooled. 5 sacks by 5 different players in the first half. 5 sacks by 5 different players in the first half. They should have been up more than 13-10 at halftime. No score in the third quarter. We go into the fourth. Alabama kicks a field goal later on to go up 20-13 with under 5 minutes remaining. 20-13 Alabama under 5 minutes. Michigan then drove 75 yards down the field to tie the game on a Roman Wilson touchdown to send the game into overtime. This was the 3rd overtime game in college football playoff history. Michigan got the ball first, and Blake Corum scampered 17 yards for the score. This was Corum's 56th career rushing touchdown, breaking the Michigan all-time rushing touchdown record. 56.
Amazing.
Michigan scored the final 14 points of the game. J.J. McCarthy ended up with 3 passing touchdowns to 3 different receivers. Blake Corum ended up with 118 total yards and 2 tutties. The defense held Bama quarterback Jalen Milroe to 116 yards passing, by far his lowest of the season. Max, give me your thoughts on this Rose Bowl victory for Michigan.
Again, like you said, oh, what an exciting game. What an exciting game. You know Alabama was going to bring it. This is the powerhouse of college football. It is Alabama. It's Alabama. Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
It's so good to see, though, in sports when the juggernaut goes down. Okay, a team that always wins. Someone else took the crown, and the Wolverines are in the championship. They've been aching for this. Aching. You know John Harbaugh. You know John Harbaugh was aching for this. But hey, they made it. They have obviously, they have the best team in college football, and this is going to be a great championship game. Unbelievable.
This win for Michigan over Alabama was their first college football playoff win in school history. They were previously 0-2 in the previous 2 seasons. 14 wins this year for Michigan is the most in school history. Let's go on to the Sugar Bowl here, Max, in the nightcap. The Washington Huskies, undefeated out of the Pac-12, they beat Texas 37-31 in a shootout. This game was high flying right from the start. Both teams trading 3 touchdowns before halftime. Third quarter, Washington takes the lead. They outscored Texas 10-0 in the third. Washington took a 34-21 lead early in the fourth quarter on a field goal. That's when I felt like Washington, they took their foot off the pedal here. They were up 13 with under 8 minutes remaining. Up 13 with under 8 minutes remaining. That's when Texas marched down. Wide receiver Adonai Mitchell, he snagged a tutty to make it 34-28. Both teams traded field goals before a late drive by Texas created some more fireworks. Texas had 4 plays inside the 15-yard line that Washington bent. They bent on them, but they didn't break. They held on to win 37-31. Quarterback for Washington, Michael Penix Jr., he was amazing in this one. 430 fucking yards, 2 touchdowns. He was throwing darts. He was throwing missiles. You know, people are throwing around, obviously, Jaden Daniels, the Heisman winner from LSU. People are throwing around Drake May from UNC and Bo Nix and for top quarterbacks in the NFL draft. What about Michael Penix? This guy's going to be playing on Sundays, Max. Running back Dylan Johnson, he had 2 rushing scores. Wide receiver Rome Adunze had 125 receiving yards. There was 1,030 yards of total offense in this game.
Oh, my gosh.
Washington had 532 yards. Texas had 498.
Unbelievable.
Max, give me your thoughts on this Sugar Bowl victory for the Huskies of Washington.
I don't know. Was this one of the best games ever? Like, oh my gosh, it was so incredible. Maybe one of the best games ever in the college football playoff. Okay, I think we can probably whip up a handful of games that maybe can compare to it, but my gosh, especially at the end of the game, like you were saying, it looked like Washington took the foot off the gas, and then Texas was like, "No fucking way, we're the fucking Longhorns, baby!" And they literally had a chance to take to win the game. It seemed like one of those miracle movies, I don't know what, like Friday Night Light type of scenario where the coach sits down and has this incredible speech, and they come out and then they're just short regardless. Like they're still short. They lose, but in their fans' hearts, oh, it was the try. That's all that matters. We came together as a team. We came together to do it, and we still lost. But unbelievable game. You're right about this quarterback from Washington. Unbelievable. This guy. Do you think he's going to the NFL next season? Is he a senior, by the way? I don't even know.
Sixth year.
So he's going to the NFL. He'll definitely be there. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of really quick on the Bears first overall pick. There's going to be a lot of conversation for that number 1 overall pick. Do the Bears go for a quarterback, or do they, maybe go for Marvin Harrison Jr. of Ohio State? But we'll talk about that when we get closer to the draft, because this guy, I mean, that quarterback, he looks like he could be a top pick in that NFL draft.
And I definitely left out Caleb Williams. Let's not forget him as the top quarterback going in the draft. I definitely missed his name there.
Yes.
But Max, that leads us right into our college football championship predictions here. This baby's going to be on Monday night, January 8th, 5:30 Mountain Time on ESPN. Michigan, Washington, the top 2 ranked teams, the last 2 unbeaten teams. Now, Florida State, they went crying, and, we all agreed that they should have been in there, but they were crying about how they were left out. They lost 63-3 to Georgia. 63-3. Now, a lot of guys waived their eligibility to play for the game. They did. I think I heard 29 players didn't play. I don't give a shit. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. 13-0 season, and everyone's like, now we're good.
Right.
Oh, what a bunch of douchebags. What the fuck?
You want to bitch and whine that you didn't make the playoff? Go out and make a statement against Georgia. Have an undefeated season. Have an undefeated season. Yeah. So fuck you, Seminoles.
Definitely.
And then let's not sleep on Liberty. Liberty was undefeated. They go play Oregon, get beat 45-6. Okay. Get beat 45-6. Liberty, great season, but I don't want to hear anybody crying about Liberty missing the playoff this year. Okay.
Whoa, hold on. There was actually a fight for Liberty to be in the playoff.
Yeah, people were bitching.
Oh my god,
fans of the team were bitching.
Oregon would have been in there before freaking Liberty.
So they say, okay, go ahead and play Oregon. 45-6. Get out of here.
Oh my gosh.
Max, Michigan plays Washington in this championship game on Monday night. We've made predictions back when the playoff was selected last week for these games. I'm not getting off Michigan. I think that's the team with the most adversity this year with what's been going on with the sign stealing scandal and Harbaugh. He's back. The guys love him. You can tell the players love playing for Coach Harbaugh. They're gonna run through a fucking wall for him on Monday night. Washington, they're high powered. That offense, they can score quick. They can score quick, but the defense isn't there, giving up over 23 points a game in the Pac-12. Michigan, I see Michigan raising a banner for the first time since 1997.
I love that pick, man. I love that pick so much. This is going to be such an exciting game. I think one of the best games that we are going to see all season, one of the best championships we're ever going to see. And we're really quick on Coach Harbaugh. How often on ESPN would they shit on him every single year, including this season because of the scandal. Okay. Always shitting on the guy. And it's like, you know what? This guy's going, you know what? Scandal or not, fuck you. All right. Yeah. Fuck you guys. I'm going to show you what we're capable of doing as a coaching staff and as a team. We're coming together, undefeated season, obviously the best team on the field. 2 undefeated teams going into the championship game, Cole Breezy. You got to love John Harbaugh in this situation, though. No doubt about it. I also got the Michigan Wolverines. Let's go. Let's go Wolverines. Come on.
Go blue. I want to see it done. I want to see Michigan do it, man. But, Washington last season, the Pac-12 conference, that'd be a great story also. So either way, I'm not going to be mad, but my pick is Michigan, and I'm definitely rooting for Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get into some college basketball talk now. This week on the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast, we got a jump around the AP poll like we do with 4 teams every week. And, 2 teams are the same every week, but that's because they're the best 2 in the nation. Haters going to hate. Okay, haters going to hate. Max, remaining at number 1 was your alma mater, the Purdue Boilermakers. Take us through what's going on with the Boilers.
All right, everybody. Purdue, ever since their loss against Northwestern Pussycats, okay? It was a good game, by the way. That was really fun to watch. They've been on a 6-game win streak, and they're blowing out teams. These games have not even been close, okay? Last night, they played against the Maryland Terps at Maryland, okay? They have not won it at Maryland since I believe it was 2015.
Oh,
I believe it was 2015.
wow.
I thought that's what I read today. Sorry if I'm wrong, but they have not won in 6 times the past 6 times they've been there. Okay.
Wow.
So last night they went up by 20. Okay. They were stroking 3 balls like it was nothing. Okay. Their defense was red hot. Okay. Zach Edey had 23 points, 12 rebounds. Okay. I'm not going to get too much into it right now, but I will say this. My wife and I went on a hike. We're in Tennessee, everyone, just so we're clear. We went on a hike. Beautiful, beautiful hike. Okay, we're walking around this lake. How many people kept on going, boiler up? Kept on, go Boilers, baby. Hey, go Boilers. Amazing. And even today, after right before this podcast, I'm holding the door open for this really nice old lady and this old man on a walker. She goes to me and she goes, Boilers? And I was like, yeah, go, because I'm wearing my Purdue hat. I'm like, yeah, go Boilers. She's like, oh, my daughter went to Purdue. Go Boilers. And then the old guy rolled up and goes, what? Did I hear Boilers? Oh my, home away from home. Like this is our new home now. Okay. We're loving Tennessee and we feel so welcome. And the fact that everyone is looking at us and saying going Boilers all the time, it's just unreal. It just goes to show you how many Boiler fans there are out there all throughout the United States. I did get some in California too, but definitely getting a lot more here in Tennessee. So Purdue right now, they're averaging 85.4 points per game, 41.1 rebounds per game, 18.8 assists per game. They're shooting 49.6% from the field, shooting at 71.8% at the free throw line. It's pretty high for them. And they're shooting 38.9% from three-pointer. They are stroking it, everybody. Yeah. Stroking it. Definitely. They definitely continue to look like the best team in the league, and I couldn't be more excited.
Boilers are the deserved number 1 team in the nation right now. They beat Maryland last night at Maryland. I believe that snapped their 19-game home winning streak. The Terps had a 19-game home winning streak going.
Wow.
Purdue snapped it. But going back to last Friday, Purdue beat Eastern Kentucky 80-53 for their 35th straight non-conference regular season win. This is the 9th longest streak in NCAA history. This is now 3 straight years that Purdue has gone undefeated in the non-conference. They are the 3rd team in the last 50 years to do that.
Wow.
3rd team in the last 50 years to do that.
Wow.
Syracuse from 2010 to 2012 did it, and Duke did it from 92 to 94.
Wow.
Purdue, they could cut down some nets, man. They could cut down some nets.
Don't tease me now. Don't tease me.
Big game.
These nips are getting too hard. Okay, it's cold outside. It's cold. I don't want to poke any eyes out.
Don't want to cut any glass with that, huh? Big game against Illinois coming up that we will be previewing later. Staying at number 2 in the AP poll was my Kansas Jayhawks. Kevin McCullough is the leading scorer on the team. He's averaging 20.4 points per game. That's 18th in the nation. Hunter Dickinson's averaging 18.4 points and 12.5 boards. Those 12.5 boards is 2nd in the nation. Dwan Harris, the point guard, is averaging 6.9 assists. That's 8th in the nation. The Jayhawks as a team, shooting 50.5% from the floor. That's 10th in the nation. And they're averaging 21.5 assists per game. That's 2nd in the nation.
Very good.
The Jayhawks, they open Big 12 play with hosting TCU, the Horned Frogs, on Saturday. And then they go at UCF on Wednesday. Let's not forget, Central Florida is in the Big 12 now.
So I totally forgot about that. Yeah, geez.
They go, so Kansas goes to UCF next Wednesday. Moving into FAU, we want to talk about the Owls of Florida Atlantic because they dropped 10 spots in the poll from number 7 to number 17 after losing 72-68 to Florida Gulf Coast University. Dunk City. Let's not forget about that 15 seed a few years ago. Dunk City.
I remember that.
FAU, they were 17.5-point favorites in this one. Big favorites in this one. They were down by as many as 13. They shot 4 of 20 from 3, chucking it. They missed 11 free throws. On the season, they're shooting 68.1% from the line. That's 275th in the nation.
That's
275th in the nation. FAU's best wins were over Butler, Texas A&M, Virginia Tech, St. Bonaventure, and that double OT win over Arizona. That's a big one.
The Arizona is the biggest name, obviously.
Their losses for FAU are at home to Bryant by 9, Illinois at Madison Square Garden.
That's a good loss.
And this one at FGCU by 4. Now, they bounced back last night with a 15-point win at home against East Carolina to open up American Athletic Conference play. What do you think about the Owls? And if you had to give them a seed today, what seed are you giving them? What seed?
Yeah, the Owls are making me nervous. I think that win against Arizona was big. Arizona's dropping, by the way. Arizona lost another one.
Stanford. Lost to Stanford on
blowout too. It was a blowout. It wasn't even close.
Gave up 100.
They gave up 100 to Stanford. The fuck, something's going on there. That's not good. I think their train was derailed as soon as Purdue stomped on them. All right, that's what. Yeah. The real boilers came to town. All right, okay. But back to FAU. Back to FAU. They're so inconsistent. When you lose to queef teams like Bryant and Florida, I mean, yeah, sure, Florida Gulf Coast had a great dance 6 years ago or whatever the hell that was.
Probably 10.
10, yeah, okay. These are terrible losses, and I am not excited about them in the dance. I am not looking at a Final Four team here. I think Memphis is going to take this American Athletic Conference. Memphis is good. Okay, they're a damn good team. I think they will take that conference. And as far as seed goes, I'm looking at an 8 or 9. I'm thinking an 8 or 9 with these guys.
I believe they were a 9 last season. Either 8 or 9. I'll go a little higher right now, maybe a 6 or a 7. I'll go 6 or 7, but yeah, you can't lose to Bryant at home. But we'll see what they do against Memphis.
That's true.
They go on the road and play 6 and 7 Charlotte this Saturday, so they should spank them.
They should take that.
Last team we want to talk about in the AP poll reaction are the Bulldogs of Gonzaga.
Oh.
Their streak of 142 consecutive weeks ranked is in jeopardy because they dropped all the way to number 24.
Wow.
They dropped 11 spots from number 13 and number 24 after losing at home to San Diego State by 10 on Friday night. I like San Diego State, okay? Let me say that first. And let me also say it's a travesty that the Aztecs of San Diego State, they're not ranked. But somehow Gonzaga, I believe losers of 3 of their last 5, one of the losses to San Diego State, Gonzaga is ranked over them. I don't understand that.
Good point.
Gonzaga, they're 9-4. Their losses are to Purdue in Maui by 10, at Washington by 5, UConn by 13 in Seattle, and this home loss to San Diego State by 10. They got 5 guys averaging double figures, led by Graham Ike, 14.5 points, 8 rebounds. They're 13th. Excuse me. Gonzaga is 13th in the nation with 42.8 boards per game, but they're shooting 31.5% from 3. That's 270th in the nation. They don't have the shooters. Max, are you worried about Gonzaga? And could you see St. Mary's or somebody else in that West Coast Conference overtaking them?
All right. Definitely worried about Gonzaga. What was the last time that we seen Gonzaga drop to 24th?
No, they've been ranked for 142 consecutive weeks. So.
Yes, exactly. It's a long time. Okay, it's been a long time, everybody, since we've seen this. It's a long time since we've seen them not be a top, 4 seed going into the dance. Things can change. I get that. There was someone before the Purdue Gonzaga game in Maui that was saying, "Hey, don't sleep on the Bulldogs, guys. This is the best team that we've had in a long time." You lost Drew Timme. You lost Drew Timmy.
Julian Strother was a first rounder of the Nuggets.
Yes, and I'm like, okay, all right. Just those two names right there already shows you this is not going to be a better team.
Rasir Bolton is the name. Also a starter that they lost.
Yeah, I believe you're right. So anyway, moving on past that, I get it. Beginning of the year, you got to be fighting for your team. You got to be excited about your team. I get it. Okay, but as far as the West Coast Conference goes, dude, they run that. They run it. I think that actually St. Mary's is having a very, very down year. Okay, they do not look good. They don't look good.
I agree. I agree.
And I don't. And who else is in that West Coast Conference that puts up anything?
You got the 11-4 Dons of San Francisco and the 10-5 Toreros of San Diego right now. Couple teams to throw at you. Santa Clara Broncos are 9-6. I'll also throw them at you.
I will say San Francisco, not bad. I think San Francisco, they're there. They're last year that I think it was last year, it might have been 2 years ago. They were fighting and then they lost in that West Coast Conference tournament, and then they didn't make the dance. I think that maybe they could be the one team that squeaks up there because St. Mary's ain't looking good this year, guys. I'm telling you right now.
I agree. I saw their home loss to Utah. Utah just banged them around down low. Yep. So I'm with you on St. Mary's. Gonzaga, they open up West Coast Conference play tomorrow against Pepperdine.
Easy. Over in Maui. Nice. No, sorry, Maui. Malibu. Gosh darn. Over in Malibu, baby.
Malibu. Let's get into our college basketball game picks. We got 4 to talk about here, Max. First one on Friday, 6:30 Mountain Time on FS1, Fox Sports. We got a top 10 matchup. Number 9, Illinois. They're 11-2, 2-0 in the Big Ten. They're going to Mackey Arena.
Come on.
To play the top-ranked Boilermakers, 13-1, 2-1 in the Big Ten. This is a big game. This is a big game, but we all know no Terrence Shannon Jr. No Terrence Shannon in this one. He's averaging 21.7 points. That is 7th in the nation and 2nd in the Big Ten. Illinois, they're 2nd in the nation in rebounding, 45.2 per game, hitting the boards.
Wow.
They're also holding opponents to 37.8% shooting. That is 11th in the nation. Pretty good D. Mm-hmm. Purdue, you brought it up already, Max. I got a note here about their three-point shooting because it was something that we looked at last year, something we talked about a lot. They went cold against FDU. They're currently shooting 38.9% from deep. That's 16th in the nation. They're stroking it. Zach Edey, 23.1 points per game. That leads the Big Ten, 5th in the nation. Zach Edey, 10.3 boards per game. That leads the Big Ten and is 12th in the nation. And his 2.3 blocks per game is tied for 2nd in the Big Ten. And our guy, former Mr. Indiana, Braden Smith, he's averaging 6.7 assists. That's 2nd in the Big Ten and 10th in the nation.
Come on, let's go.
Ain't no reason for me to waste any more time. Purdue in a smacking. But I will say the one team that beat Purdue, the Northwestern Private School Pussycats, Illinois just played them. What was it last night? Smacked them by 30.
30. I thought it was going to be a way closer game. I thought it was going to be a nail biter. Okay. Whoa. Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
Right off from the bat, Illinois had some fire. Okay. I watched the first half and I said, well, this is a blowout. I'm done. So yeah, Illinois, that good to see because yes, they lost Terrence Shannon Jr. Who knows when he's going to come back? We know about the situation on that. It's really, really a bummer once again. But you know, the fact that they came out and beat Northwestern by 30 without Terrence Shannon.
Whoa.
Oh my.
Whoa. Marcus Gomez.
I'll tell you. Oh yeah, he's good. He is good. Purdue also really good on defense versus a defensive team in Illinois. It's going to be a defensive game. I think so. I think it's going to be coming down to Zach Edey and Braden Smith controlling the ball. So I obviously got Purdue. I mean, come on now. I'm not going against them in the Big Ten, especially in the Big Ten. And also especially in Mackey. Oh my goodness. There's not going to be a seat in the house that you can. The steps to get up to the seats are going to be taken. Okay. This is going to be a fun game to watch, everybody. It should be on your TV. I already told my wife because her mom's coming down. I said, babe, I don't care what you guys do. Sorry. I got to watch this game.
Whoa.
I'm not missing the Boilers. And she already told me. He's like, I get it. I understand.
She gets it. Okay.
She gets it. She understands it.
She understands.
Purdue's a big part of my life, everybody.
Alma mater.
Oh, yeah.
Your dad's alma mater, your brother's alma mater, probably uncle's alma mater.
No uncles, no uncles in the alma mater, but I do have one uncle that went to Illinois, so we have a little
Ah,
rivalry. Yeah, how about
oh,
that? How about that?
oh, all right. Quee for the family. Going into Saturday, we got a big matchup in the ACC. 10 o'clock Mountain Time on ESPN2. The number 8 ranked Tar Heels of North Carolina. They're going to Clemson, who's ranked 16th, 11-2. They just suffered a loss tonight, Wednesday night at Miami. I believe 95-82. So that was Clemson's second loss of the season. Leading scorer for North Carolina is R.J. Davis, averaging 21.1 points per game. That leads the ACC, 11th nationally.
Nice.
Armando Bacot, our guy, averaging 15 points, 10.8 boards. 10.8 boards leads the ACC, 5th nationally.
Nice.
PJ Hall leads the Tigers of Clemson. Big body, big body, 20.5 points, 6.5 boards. Those 20.5 points is second in the ACC, 16th nationally. So we got top 2 scores in the ACC in this one, RJ Davis, PJ Hall.
That's fun.
Clemson, they're shooting 39.2% from 3. That is second in the ACC, 12th nationally. The Tigers of Clemson, their only loss, besides this one at Miami, is that game at Memphis. Where are you going in this game in the ACC here, Max?
UNC, baby. UNC. Oh, man. UNC's got a better team this year, obviously. I mean, come on. I'm glad that they figured it out where they can all come together as a team again and play as a team, especially in Armando Bacot's final season.
Come on.
Okay, it's gonna be sad to see him go. I love college players, and I mean he'll play in the NBA. You know, he's a big body, but
He is a big body.
you know it's gonna change once he gets there. But love watching him on the court. He's such a leader on the floor. It's amazing. So, but UNC all day. I think it's gonna be a good game. Top 2 scorers in the ACC going up against each other, but UNC is just a better team, guys.
I agree. UNC is better. Remains to be seen what's gonna happen with North Carolina this year after being preseason number 1 last season, missing the dance. But I got North Carolina with you here, Max. I got North Carolina with you. Moving into Saturday evening, 4 o'clock Mountain Time on the SEC Network. Now you can get this on the ESPN app, so don't get nervous. But the undefeated Rebels of Ole Miss, they're going on the road to Knoxville to take on the Volunteers.
Ooh, good game. Good game.
Rick Barnes, Tennessee squad. Ole Miss, they have 3 guys averaging at least 14.7 points per game, led by senior Matthew Morrell, 17.1. They have 6 players shooting at least 36% from 3. 6 guys shooting at least 36% from 3.
Okay.
Ole Miss as a team is shooting 40.3% from 3. That's second in the SEC, 8th nationally. But Max, they need to hit the glass a little bit more. Soft on this inside. They're only averaging 35.5 boards per game. That's 228th nationally. Tennessee's leading scorer is Dalton Connect, the Northern Colorado transfer, averaging 15.6 points per game. The Volunteers, they're holding opponents to 37.2% shooting. That is 6th in the nation. Max, does Ole Miss continue their undefeated season as one of the last 3 unbeaten teams in America?
Oh, man. This is an awesome game. Okay. Tennessee, real quick, is red hot. They're red hot. They're looking like the team that we all thought they would be in the beginning. The losses in the beginning of the season were to Purdue and Kansas, right? Kansas?
All in a row, Purdue, Kansas, North Carolina at the Tar Heels.
Those are good losses. Okay. And now they're red hot. Their defense is hot. But Ole Miss, I got to say something real quick about them. Coach Beard, under freaking rated. He completely transformed Texas Tech. Okay. Took them to a championship game. Yeah. Let's not forget about that. And it was a close game. It was a close game in the championship.
Overtime, Virginia.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Went to Elite 8 the year before that. So that's not something Texas Tech had never done. And then follows it up with a championship appearance. Yeah.
Eesh. Then he gets promoted to Texas, basically a promotion to Texas. Okay. Texas is I don't know, top 4 or 5 team. But then, okay, the allegations came out, okay, that he hit his wife. Okay. Obviously bad news. But then all charges got dropped and it was bullshit. So you fired a guy for not doing anything. And then now he goes over to Ole Miss. And look what he's doing to Ole Miss. But like we never hear about Ole Miss in basketball. Never.
Totally.
And he's completely transforming a team again. This guy might be a top 10 coach, Cole Breezy. Oh my goodness.
He very well could be a top 10 coach. Definitely agree with what he's doing on the court for sure. Are you taking Ole Miss to continue here with Chris Beard on the road?
Man, I want to see this upset, but I'm gonna go Tennessee. Okay, I'm gonna stick
You
in.
hyped
I'm
up.
in Tennessee.
You
Let's go
hyped up fucking
Volunteers.
Chris Beard. You
Let's go.
slobbing on his knob for 2 minutes, and now you ain't even gonna pick him.
Let's go Tennessee.
I'm with you with Tennessee at home. That defense, Ole Miss, according to ESPN, has a 287th ranked strength of schedule. That 13-0 record. It's been against a lot of cupcakes. A lot of cupcakes. Last college basketball game that we want to make a pick for. It's going to be on next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, January 9th at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. You can find this one on the Big 12 Network and ESPN Plus. ESPN sleeping on this one. Better get this one on one of the main networks here. Because we got the one loss, 12th ranked Mormons of BYU going to Waco, Texas to play the Baylor Bears, ranked 18th. Baylor, they just debuted their new arena last night. According to USA Today, it was built for about $12.5 million. So this baby's supposed to be brand new and shiny. I'm excited to see that. Baylor, they got 5 guys averaging double figures, led by freshman Jacoby Walter. He's averaging 16 points and 4 boards on 41% from deep.
Oh, my.
Baylor, they're averaging 89.2 points per game. That is 8th in the nation and 2nd in the Big 12. They are shooting 52.6% from the field. That is 2nd in the nation.
Damn.
They are also shooting 44.8% from 3.
Ooh.
That leads the nation.
Wow.
That leads the nation.
That's big time.
BYU, they got 6 guys averaging double figures, led by senior Jackson Robinson. He's averaging 16 points on 41% from 3. BYU's averaging 90.4 points per game. That is 5th in the nation and leads the Big 12.
My.
They are top 30 in field goal percentage and 3-point percentage. They are averaging BYU 44.4 rebounds per game. That is 3rd in the nation and leads the Big 12. Lastly, they lead the nation with 22.5 assists per game.
Holy shit.
More than my Jayhawks. Some surprising stats there for BYU. Do you think the one-loss Mormons can get this one done on the road in Scott Drew's new house?
Well, if they pray with their Mormon leader, John Smith, right?
I don't know. I don't know John Smith.
I learned it from South Park. Great episode. Oh my gosh, so funny.
Damn it. I missed that one.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Recommend it for everybody. But unbelievable stats. Okay. Almost sounds like a video game. No doubt about it. Okay. But no way. Baylor all day long. BYU having a great season, but you haven't faced the Big 12 teams yet. You haven't faced Kansas. You haven't faced Baylor. You haven't faced Texas. You haven't even faced Oklahoma. All right. Teams like that. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's when you're really going to get tested. Okay. It's cool that they're in the Big 12. I think that's exciting that they actually have, some legit competition.
Oh, yeah.
But BYU hasn't had a good team since Jimmer Fredette. Okay.
Yeah. Good old Jimmer.
Honestly. Yeah. So it's going to be a fun game, but Baylor at home, baby. Yeah. Baylor at home.
We're 4 for 4 on these game picks here, Max. We're not going to disagree on any of them. I also got Baylor. I like the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
BYU, some impressive stats there, but we look at the strength of schedule, according to ESPN, ranked 308th. Ranked 308th. Their one loss was at Utah by 4. Their best wins are over San Diego State, Arizona State, and North Carolina State. So, not really saying much. Lastly, on BYU, they only make 10.2 free throws per game. That's last in the Big 12. They're not getting physical. It looks to me like they're stroking it from downtown, averaging over 90 points per game.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see what BYU can do in the Big 12. But yeah, this number 12 spot ranking for the Cougars, this might be the highest of the season. Once they get in this Big 12 play, those losses, I'm assuming are going to add up.
Yep. Here we go.
Moving into our NFL talk this week on
Wow.
the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. It's week 18. Oh my
Woo.
goodness. I'm going to say that one more time. Listen up. It's week 18.
Final week.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. But we got to give you, for the last time this season, our extra juicy dogs. Hope, hope,
Yeah.
hope, hope.
Last week, it's a little sad. Definitely a little sad, but hey, coming down to the end in fantasy football, everybody, our league, once again, is officially done. Some people do go to that final weekend. No, nobody does.
Oh, yeah, they do, but it's
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Oh, okay.
It's crazy if you do. Like, for instance, Patty Mahomes isn't playing this weekend.
He ain't playing.
Is Lamar Jackson going to play?
He ain't playing.
I mean, San Francisco, Christian McCaffrey's not playing. So
Yeah.
if you go to week 18 in your fantasy leagues, you gotta change that. You gotta change that. There, half the league isn't playing for anything.
Yep.
Multiple teams are resting their guys. There's only a
Yep.
handful of teams where they're fighting for seeding. So if you go to week 18 in your fantasy leagues, that I don't want to play with you. I don't want to play with you.
Agreed.
Max, why don't you lead us off here with your extra juicy dog at the quarterback position for week 18?
All right, I'm going to be honest with everybody. Okay, every extra juicy dog that I have is on a team that is fighting for the playoffs. Okay, oh my goodness, you better fire up these guys because you better believe they have to put one of the best shows of the year if they want to make the playoffs. My quarterback, I got CJ Stroud, baby.
Oh.
CJ Stroud out of Houston. Okay, he's back. Okay, he got hurt. Sadly, Houston started to drop a few. He comes back. They win, and now they're taking on Indiana. This is for this might be for the crown.
Might be.
Honestly, it could be. It very well could be. Okay, the last time CJ Stroud took on Indianapolis, he had 384 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's 24.1 fantasy points. He's going to have another big game against the Colts. I know Sam doesn't want to hear it, the diehard Colts fan here in our here on the podcast, but damn it, man, Houston's a better team. I like Houston.
Hell yeah. We can make a little prediction here in a little bit, but yeah, Sam, he likes CJ Stroud too. He that was his extra juicy quarterback last week, but hell of a playing game here on Saturday night, Colts and Texans. My extra juicy dog at the quarterback position for week 18 is going to be Jordan Love. Jordan Love, he's playing Chicago at home. What do you think Jordan Love is ranked on the season, Max, amongst quarterbacks?
I have him on my fantasy team. I'm going to say 6.
Top
Number
5.
5. Oh my. That's a big surprise. Big surprise.
If you go back and look at your preseason rankings, man, I didn't have him anywhere close to that.
Not top 15. I didn't have him top 15.
Nope. Jordan Love, week 1 at Chicago. These Bears that he's playing here in week 18. He had 245 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jordan Love, he has multiple passing touchdowns in his last 3 games and 7 of his last 8. He's third in the NFL in passing touchdowns with 30. Third in NFL in passing touchdowns.
Damn.
The Packers, the 3-point home favorites in this one with a 44.5 point over-under. That's 6th highest on the week. Packers need this game. They win, and they're in.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Jordan Love, baby. He's going to be firing on all cylinders. Let's go Pack. Let's get a wild card.
I'm not going to say go Pack because go Bears. Okay, Bears are so disappointing, though. Let's move on to the running back. Again, another team that's fighting for the playoffs, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I got your boy, Cole Breezy, Travis Etienne Jr. Okay, break number 3 in our fantasy league.
Hell yeah.
Okay, definitely going to be a keeper. That's no question. If you're not keeping him, he's number 1 overall next season in our draft.
I want him
Oh, definitely. Okay, they're going up against Tennessee. Here at Tennessee, I'm looking up tickets. We might go to the game on Sunday. Who knows? Who knows? Probably not, but we'll see. So last game, he had 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's good enough for 28.8 fantasy points. I'm going to call my buddy Mr. Tony right now. Okay, my buddy Mr. Tony. I believe he's 1 touchdown away from getting 10 rushing touchdowns. I think he's at 9. I'm pretty sure about that. He's going to get his 10th. Okay, it's going to happen. You better believe it. And I also got the Jacksonville Jaguars making the playoffs. I said it since the beginning of the season.
If you heard this podcast last week, he was my extra juicy dog at the running back position. I asked for a late Christmas present. I asked for 2 tutties, and damn it, he gave me 2. So I'm a big Travis Etienne fan. I'm glad you got him. And yeah, I have to keep him. I have to keep him next season. I'd be silly not to. My extra juicy dog, the running back position, could be James Conner. James Conner versus Seattle. Running back 15 on the season on a points per game basis. Points per game basis, RB 15. James Conner, he has 6 touchdowns in his last 4 games. His touches in those 4 games, 27, 17, 17, 25. He is getting the rock. He's going to be heavily involved in this one against Seattle, who you can run on. 47.5 point over-under is the second highest on the week. James Conner, he scored 6 touchdowns the last 4 games. He's going to get another one right here. My buddy, Mr. Tutty, James Conner. Arizona's not playing for shit. They're going to lose, and they probably want to lose, even though they had the big upset win last week. Either way, win or lose, James Conner is going to be involved. My buddy, Mr. Tutty.
Love the pick. I wanted James Conner so bad because someone dropped him in our league, and I claimed him in waivers. And of course, your wife was one spot ahead of me in the waiver order. She got him. That would have saved. I think that could have saved my season because I lost so many. I lost so many running backs. Oh gosh, it was just such a injury-filled year for me. 5 guys. I had 5 injuries. Still made the playoffs, so yeah, I guess you gotta be happy about that. All right, moving. Excuse me. Moving on to the wide receiver. This guy's a stud, and we're going to be looking at him next year in our fantasy football draft. I'm telling you right now. I'm sticking with Houston. Nico Collins.
Ooh,
Nico Collins. I'm doing a stack. CJ Stroud's best friend. I'm telling you right now. Okay, they are looking juicy together. Okay, again, going against Indy. Last time that Nico Collins played against Indy, 7 catches for 146 yards and a touchdown. That's 25.1 fantasy points. And I'm going to call my buddy Mr. Tutty. I'm telling you right now, Houston also, we got to talk about, we're going to be talking about playoff scenarios. Houston at 10-7, squeaking into that playoff in a wild card. I think it's very possible, and I'm expecting it.
Yeah, it sounds like you're on Houston this weekend for sure. Yeah, fuck the Colts.
Yeah.
My extra juicy dog at the wide receiver position is going to be A.J. Brown. I feel like we haven't really talked much about A.J. Brown this season.
Not too much.
He's wide receiver 4 in full PPR leagues with only 7 touchdowns. He has a career high in receptions with 105.
Nice.
His previous career high was 88 last year. So he's already got 17 more than his previous career high.
That's nice.
The Eagles, they should want to pound the Giants after that shocking loss to Arizona last week. You know, they're still playing for that two spot in the NFC. 5.5 point favorites. The Eagles are at the Giants. AJ Brown hasn't scored in 5 straight games, baby. He's due for one. Jalen Hurts is going to be looking for him. My buddy, Mr. Tutty, AJ Brown, going to score this weekend. Eagles are going to win. Probably not going to matter, though, because the Cowboys are going to smack the Commanders. So, yeah, A.J. Brown going to get in the end zone.
Like it. I like it. All right, let's move on to the tight end, our very last of the segments for this season at Cobreezy. I'm going to go with a team that I can't believe it hasn't clinched. Okay, well, you know, they have an up and down season, but I'm going Dalton Kincaid of the Buffalo Bills. Okay, one more time. One more time. Dude, next season, he's going to be a top 5 tight end. I'm telling you right now. He will be a top 5 tight end. I'm calling it right here on Don't Tell Mama. Wow. We'll go back a year from now.
Thinking about keeping him, huh? Thinking about keeping him?
I'm not keeping him. No. Going up against Miami. Hey, come on. Miami's already clinched. Okay. Buffalo needs this win to clinch. Okay. I know there's probably some scenarios that we'll talk about that maybe they just need, I don't know, Pittsburgh to lose, probably something like that, which is a high possibility, by the way. Last week, he had 4 catches, 87 yards. That's only, 10.7 fantasy points, which is still pretty solid out of your tight end. Okay. They need a big game from this guy. Okay. Josh Allen needs to start throwing the ball. All right. Last week, he was not looking good. Oh, my goodness. They need to figure out who to throw the ball to other than Stephon Diggs. It's Dalton Kincaid. Okay. It's him, James Cook, and Stephon Diggs. Mix those guys around. Okay. Because Gabe Davis sucks. Okay. Mr. Goose himself.
Gabe Doofus.
Nice. Okay. There's some other guys that they try to work in there, and they fumble the ball a lot. So give the ball to Dalton Kincaid more often. Not calling on my buddy Mr. Tutty. Not calling him.
Jeez.
But have him in your lineups if you got him.
Yeah, great rookie year from Dalton Kincaid in Buffalo. We weren't really thinking much from really any of the rookie tight ends, and a couple of them have surprised us. Definitely, Dalton Kincaid, one of them.
Yeah.
My extra juicy dog at the tight end position for week 18. Last extra juicy dog segment of the year. I'm going back to Evan Ingram at Tennessee. Okay, everybody knows I'm a Titans fan. Let's go Titans, tighten up. But we don't want to win. We don't want to win. We want a top 5 pick. So
Yeah.
let's lose to the Jags. Let's get better priority. But Evan Ingram, he's tight end 4 on the season. He leads the tight end position with 104 receptions and 130 targets. Those are
Damn.
both career highs for Evan Ingram. He also has a career high 884 receiving yards.
Nice.
Hell of a season for Ingram.
Great season.
He had 15 targets two games ago at Tampa Bay. So Christian Kirk's out. They're looking for Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
5.5-point favorites in Nashville. The Jags need this game and can beat Tennessee with the tight end. Evan Ingram gonna have a good game. Not gonna guarantee shit here because it's a tight end.
Yeah.
But Jaguars gonna be the Titans and Titans top 5 pick. Let's go.
Like it.
To finish us up here, Max, this week on the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast, we appreciate everybody listening in. But we got to talk about some NFL playoff implications here in Week 18. Make some predictions. Max, you tell me you want to start with the AFC or NFC first?
Let's go AFC.
AFC. We got 3 spots still up for grabs. The number 1 spot has been clinched by the Baltimore Ravens.
Sorry, arguably the best team in football right now. They look so damn good. Oh, my.
Going to San Francisco on Christmas night, beating the 49ers.
Stop them.
They're 13-3 right now, the Ravens. The number 3 seed is locked up by the Kansas City Chiefs. They're 10-6. They cannot move up or down. Also cannot move up or down is the number 5 spot, the Cleveland Browns. They're locked in there at 11-5. Cannot move up or down. So that takes us to the number 2 spot. That's going to go to the AFC East winner, either Buffalo or Miami. They're going to play that Sunday night game. Oh, Max, you going to give me a prediction right now? Buffalo or Miami going to win that division? Number 2 spot.
Oh, my goodness. That's such a fun game. Hold on. I'm scrolling down. Okay. Again, with Buffalo, because they haven't clinched. Miami's clinched the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what happens if Buffalo loses?
So here, if Buffalo loses, so if Buffalo wins, they get the 2 seed. If they lose, there's a scenario where they miss the playoffs, the Bills. So you can either be the 2 seed or you can miss the playoffs. They would be 10-7 with a loss, tiebreakers with Steelers winning. Jacksonville, if they win, Buffalo would be out.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that? Well, guess what? I am going to go with the Buffalo Bills. Okay. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills. I'm going with coaching. I'm going with Josh Allen as one of the best quarterbacks in the game. And Miami, they have a couple players that are out. I think Mostert's out. They're going to make the playoffs. Okay. Rest your players right now. And Buffalo's defense has been looking damn good. Okay. They've definitely woken up these past few weeks. So I got the Bills. Let's go Bills.
Miami definitely wants this game to get that 2 spot.
Sure.
But like you said, Mostert, he missed last game. Waddle, he's hurt. Just banged up. Buffalo has more urgency. Buffalo's going to get this one done. Is this baby at home or is that on the road?
That Buffalo? Is on the road. Or they're in Miami.
Miami. Okay, that's going to be a good one there.
Yeah.
Moving along in the AFC here. The number 4 spot is going to go to the AFC South winner. Jacksonville gets it with a win. Okay, Jacksonville wins, they win the division. If Jacksonville loses, they are eliminated.
Wow.
If Jacksonville loses to my Titans, they are eliminated. And the winner of the Colts-Texans will win the division and the 4 spot in the AFC. Max, who is your AFC South winner?
I said it in the beginning of the season, and I'm saying it at the end. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay, they will be 10-7 going into the playoffs. Just like you said, I wouldn't doubt if Tennessee's going to put up with some form of a fight. Okay, but you're right. Let's get a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
So Jacksonville's going to take it home.
I agree with you. Jacksonville in Tennessee. Titans don't have anything to play for except for spoiler. Jacksonville gets this one done. They get the 4 spot. That leaves the winner of the Colts and Houston Texans. They get the winner gets a wild card spot automatically. The
Nice.
winner gets a
Oh my
wild card spot.
gosh.
Okay. Now, Miami, if they lose, they're going to be in the 6th spot. Okay. If Miami loses to Buffalo, they're going to be in the 6th spot. And that last wild card spot, like I said, if Jacksonville loses, they're eliminated. But if they win, the only other team available in the AFC still alive is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They get that last wild card spot with a win, and either if the Jaguars or the Bills lose. So Pittsburgh's playing the Ravens. Ravens are sitting people. Pittsburgh's going to win. Okay.
Yeah.
If Jacksonville or Buffalo either slips up, Pittsburgh's in there. Mike Tomlin already clinches another 500 season because they're 9-7 right now. So
I don't
great
know how he does
coaching.
it. Sheesh.
So we got the Ravens, the Chiefs, and the Browns locked in. We both said Buffalo's going to win that AFC East, which gives Miami the 6, and Jacksonville going to be the 4, and that gives you said you got Houston over the Colts.
I got Houston over the Colts. So you got, come on.
So that would give Houston your last wild card there. Ah, boy. I'm going to go Colts at home. I know.
Right.
I know.
Why not? Why not?
I know. Colts at home, those toss-up games. I look at the home team. That's going to be a hell of a game on Saturday. Play in, winners in, loser. We'll see you next year. But great seasons from both of those teams. Definitely outplayed expectations.
No, but great season from this division, other than the Titans, which sucks. Honestly, I wanted the Titans to do well too because I'm living here in Nashville now, or Franklin, but pretty close. But I was not expecting this division. I thought the Jacksonville Jaguars were going to run away with it. Just going to run away with it. They were at one point, but then once Christian Kirk got hurt, that was it. Things got shooken up. But great turnaround for this division. Exciting to see.
Moving into the NFC, the number 1 seed with the first round bye locked up, the San Francisco 49ers, sitting at 13-3 right now. Next up, we got the Detroit Lions, the NFC North champions. They've locked their spot either number 2 or number 3. Okay, they can't fall further than 3, but they could also get 2.
Yep.
The way they could get number 2 is with a win, and if the Eagles and Cowboys both lose. That's the only way they can go up to number 2. Okay, so the number 2 spot is probably going to go to the NFC East winner. Dallas right now has the tiebreaker over the Eagles. They're playing the Commanders. Dallas, they're the number 2 team. They're the number 2 team. That leaves the Eagles sitting at 11-5 right now. They're going to go to the number 5 spot. Okay, so they're locked in there. Okay, so we got our top 3 with number 5. That leaves number 4 left open for the NFC South winner. Right now, Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers, sitting at 8-8. All they got to do is win. All they got to do is win, and they're in against the Panthers, okay?
Panthers.
But guess what? Just like the Jaguars, if they lose, they're out of there. Tampa's out. Peace out.
Oh, my.
If they lose, the winner of the New Orleans Saints Atlanta Falcons game is going to be the number 4 seed in the NFC. Atlanta right now is fucking 7-9, but they are still alive for that 4 spot. Max, is Tampa Bay going to take care of business and handle Carolina?
Ooh, Baker Mayfield, he's got some nerves. He's shaking. He's shaking. He hasn't been in the playoffs. Okay, yeah, he's getting nervous. He's getting nervous. They get it done. Okay, Baker actually is having a really good year. Okay, good for him. Good for him for because we call him Baker Queef Mayfield for since he got into the league. Basically, he's having a good year. Good for him. They're going to beat the Carolina Panthers. They're going to be in the playoffs. Bucs surprised me. They surprised me this season.
I also agree that they're going to take down Tampa. I got a ticket from the beginning of the season on the Saints to win this division, so I'll be rooting for a loss and a Saints win. But against the Panthers fucking blow.
Yes.
So right now in the NFC, we got the Niners, we got the Cowboys, we got the Lions, we got the Buccaneers, and we got the Eagles. Number 6, the Rams are locked into a wild card, either 6 or 7. Okay, right now they're 9-7. They're in that 6th spot. The other wild card is going to be left up to Green Bay. Okay, Green Bay's got a chance. If they win, they're in against your Bears. They win, the Packers are in. If they lose and Seattle wins, Seattle's in there. Seattle's playing who?
Ooh.
Arizona. Seattle's
Mm-hmm.
going to win that game. Hopefully. I mean, that's what we thought last week, Eagles
Yeah.
and Cardinals. But
Yeah.
Green Bay loses, Seattle wins, the Seahawks are in. If Green Bay and Seattle both lose and the Saints win, the Saints get that last wild card.
Oh, all right. There's a big scenario here.
And then last team still alive. A lot needs to happen. A lot of people need to lose. The Minnesota Vikings. They're still alive for that last wild card spot. So NFC goes Niners, Cowboys, Lions, Buccaneers, Eagles, Rams. Do you have the Packers beating your Bears and getting that last wild card, or is it going to go to Seattle or New Orleans?
They're going to smash the Bears because they always take care of the Bears for the past 20 years. It's yeah.
Bears are playing good. Bears are playing some good ball.
The Bears have woken up. Okay. I'm not saying I said smash. I did say smash. It could be a closer game than we're thinking because it's the rivalry game. It's fun to watch. Okay. It would be fun for us to kick the Packers out of the playoffs. I could see it. Okay. Packers are a better team, though. They're a better team. I do see the Packers going to the playoffs. What do you think, Cobrizzi?
The Bears are winners of 2 in a row and 4 of their last 5. I'm going to get spicy here. I'm going to say the Bears upset the Packers.
Good.
I'm going to say the Seahawks get in there. I'm going to say the Seahawks get in there because they're going to beat Arizona. I'd love for the Saints to get in there, but fuck the Saints. You squandered away an easy division this year. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Seattle gets that last wild card right behind the Rams. Or if they get the tiebreaker above the Rams. I'm not sure on the tiebreaker there, but that's looking juicy. AFC's looking juicy with that play-in game in the South there with the Houston Texans and Colts. Same record as the Jags. Jags could win and be 4th or lose or out. Buccaneers could win and be 4th or lose and out. Bills could win and be 2nd or lose and be out. A lot of scenarios here, Max. It's going to be a hell of a week 18.
So fun. This is one of the funnest weeks for football, okay? Because last week, if you're out of the fantasy football playoff, then I don't even watch. I didn't watch any games last week. I was just like, I don't care. But this week, now that I cooled off, our season is done. I'm back into football. All these playing games. It's such high competition to get into the playoffs. Have them on your TVs, everybody. Make some nachos. Make some fajitas while you're at it. Oh, we made fajitas the other day. It was so damn good. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm drooling. I wish. Yeah, they were chicken fajitas. They're really good. We baked it. Okay, baked chicken fajitas.
That's different.
Goodness.
That's different.
But maybe you can have that with nachos. Maybe nacho chicken fajita, chicken fajita nachos. Where am I? Where are we right now?
You compile that up this weekend and take a picture for us. Well, hell of a time here tonight, broski, as usual.
Yeah,
that was a good time with you, my guy. I appreciate everybody coming out and listening to us. Subscribe and like and comment and tell us what you think. Let us know how you feel. And like I said at the beginning, we're rolling now on YouTube, over 100,000 views, over 250 subscribers on YouTube alone. So that's awesome. So we thank you. You give us motivation to keep doing it.
Yes.
Max, what you got for the people before we get out of here?
Yes, again, everyone, thank you. Thank you for coming out to the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast tonight. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's continue to have these conversations. I'm having so much fun commenting back to you guys, whether it's a good comment or a comment where we got to talk a little bit of shit. Come on, let's just have some fun, right? That's what it's all about here at the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. And once again, you can find us on Twitter, you can find us on Instagram, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and of course here on YouTube. But other than that, Cole Breezy, it was fun. It was fun this week, man. It was fun. Okay, we always have a good time together here on the Don't Tell Mom Sports Podcast, and it's something we look forward to every week.
Hell yeah! And we also got to update the people. A couple of things upcoming this month. Of course, we're going to have our annual fantasy football award show.
Yes.
That's going to be the week in between the conference championships and the Super Bowl. It's going to be the week in between that where, I said annual because we've been doing this thing for a year now. So it's going to be our 2nd annual award show.
It'll be every year.
Every year.
Every year, everybody.
Have some guests on. Maybe have a few guys coming in and out. Who knows what's going to happen?
Hey.
And then we got to talk about our NFL's biggest douchebag award that we need to start compiling votes for. That's gonna be a big competition here this month.
Yes, we're gonna need your help on that, everybody. We will be tossing out a poll. Starting next week, we're gonna start talking about NFL's biggest douchebag. We do have quite the big douchebags from the league this season, and we're gonna need all your votes to see who wins this year.
A couple of these stories are pretty spicy, so if you're listening to it, don't let your mama in the room. She don't want to hear this.
No, it would break her heart. It would break her heart to hear that there's people in this world that do such things like that. And also, she's going to be like, douchebag, where is my douchebag? I leave it underneath the sink. I keep that underneath the sink. What are you messing with my douchebag for?